Well, hello everybody, it's me again. Everybody knows me as that wacky loco crazy guy with the lazy eye, where you can call me anything, folks, but don't call me late for El Zarapi. And tonight, we're actually pre-recording this video because Mr. Joe Mails had a long day working with the city and dedicating himself for our veterans. And, such a bad person, huh, but he's doing such great things. But anyways, tonight we want to do this video about talking about the dirt in the city and what's wrong with people in our city and what's wrong with our city and why. Is this the way that we're going to rebuild Hemet, folks? I don't think so. You want to get rid of the great people that's in our city. Why? So you can have the corrupted people back in the city. And that's what's going on tonight, folks, in the segment that we're going to be covering. And tonight, I just feel like opening up a can of worms. It's time to basically let everybody know who's the do dirt crew and who is the go get the job done crew. That's for the people and not for the pocket. So, for more there to say, I'm going to go ahead and bring into the picture. We got Joe Mails here. I'm having a cup of Joe with Joe. And Joe, I appreciate you coming out tonight.
Thank you.
Well, actually, I'm coming out to you.
Came here.
So I know you had a busy day today. You had a late city council meeting last night.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
tired.
The Legion today. What all happened at the Legion today?
Oh boy, we had a great meeting. We had our elections tonight. I got reelected to be a commander again for a year. And we gave away 2 wheelchairs to 2 veterans that really needed them. We gave out certificates for jobs well done with some of our veterans' sons and citizens that come out and help us during the bingo. And it was just a great meeting. And we got out of there about, I guess, around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
You did have a late night.
Yeah, and then driving a couple of veterans home and then coming here and
It sounds like you have a heart for veterans. Why?
I'm a veteran.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Semper Fi, right?
Semper Fi, baby.
So,
I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I'm just proud of that.
Well, thank you
My
for
son
your service.
that I lost was a Marine Corps veteran, and the reason I got into politics, I guess. I'm not a politician, but I guess I am now. So.
Well, are you? I got to ask this question just because I got a good answer for you. Are you a Republican or a Democrat, or are you a Republicrat?
I am actually. I'm not. I slant to the right. I'm a Republican because I don't like killing babies and I'm against that, and so I'm not a far right Republican, but I slant to the right because I believe in life. I don't believe in killing babies, even though people don't think they're babies, but they are. Once you get a heartbeat in there, you're a human being, and that's why I'm a Reagan Republican.
Well, I call myself a Republicrat.
Yeah.
I don't care what you are, if you're Republican or Democrat, but if you get the job done, you stand for the people and not for the pockets. That's who I'm for.
That's correct. It's funny because when I ran for office, my veteran coalition or group were both Republicans and Democrats. I had 2 Republicans and 2 Democrats.
So, see, you grew up a Republicrat.
No, I grew up Democrat. My parents were Democrat, and like I said, but when Reagan came out, he influenced me, and I started thinking about it, and I said, I think I'm a Republican deep down inside. And my mother kind of like sighed, and I told her, I go, don't stop loving me because I still love you. But
exactly.
It's just I love everybody. I don't care.
And that's the thing I like about you, Joe. Yeah. You're a people person. You're about the people,
Yeah.
And this ordeal that's going on, I mean, you've went through a lot, losing your son. You finally got closure on the murder of your son, and you're still there for the people the whole time that all this happened.
Correct.
And I mean, Joe, you have a heart for this community, and I see this, the people see this. I mean, you have, 57%
won
on the votes.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the biggest winning anybody's had. I mean, you took this by a landslide. And why do you feel that way?
Well, because like you said, I love people. I came to this town 15 years ago, and I prayed to God for 2 straight years, daily, daily, daily. Give me a heart of love, that loves people, that cares for people. I wasn't always this way. I grew up in the streets, and I got tired of it, and I just want to love people and the people to love me. My mother was loved by everyone.
Right.
My mother, she had the love of everyone. When she passed, and I mean, we couldn't fit everybody into the funeral hall, and everyone would tell me, your mother was loved, and I go, I want to be like that. I want to be loved.
And you found out last night in the city council
Oh,
meeting
my
how many
God.
people love you.
I don't know how many times I almost teared up, and I was holding back my tears, and it was beautiful. I just seen the beauty of the people.
And that's the thing, Joe. You have the power of the people right
Yeah.
now. This community loves you. They support you. We're going to stand behind you all the way. You're going through a lot of bull crap. These people are character attacking you because due to the fact they are what I call the do dirt crew. And right now, since, everybody's been saying they want change in the city.
Yeah.
And you heard me what I said last night in the city council
Oh,
meeting.
yeah.
That's all I hear is we want change. We want change. We have corruption in the city. But what I'm finding out is the ones that are hollering about the corruption is the ones that are corrupted themselves.
Yeah.
And people ask me, well, why do you say that, Eddie George? And I said, well, the reason why I say that is because, think about it. When Carly Meyer ran for mayor, all these fake mailers came out in her district and bashing her, saying that, she's going to ruin the city, she's going to bankrupt the city and all that. And everybody knows Carly Meyer is the best thing that happened for this city.
Oh, yeah.
Now, back before Carly got, elected as mayor, we had Bonnie Wright, we had Linda Krupa, we had Russ Brown. Now, all those three always was the three minority votes, or should I say majority votes.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed like minority, really, if you call the action group. But that I was saying that, not Joe. But all these times they would bounce the nominations. Carly would get nominated for mayor, and they would three vote it out. They didn't.
Carly never.
She could never get a chance.
Yeah, never had a chance, and that's why when I got on city council, I said that's not going to happen anymore.
That's right.
My first vote or my first nomination was for
to
Carly,
put her on as mayor.
Put her on as mayor because she deserves it. I worked with Carly prior to this. I worked with her on the Alessandro fire.
Right.
And
I worked with her on that fire
right,
too.
Right. And the Legion stepped up, had dinners for them, got clothing in for them. We raised money for them, and we helped them. And Carly and I were good together back then.
Right. And where was the actual mayor? Was she mayor then?
I
think
maybe
it was
Russ
Russ.
was, maybe Russ or Bonnie.
I think no. Russ Brown was the mayor then.
Yeah, and
where
the
was he
thing is,
at in all this?
It was just Carly and myself. Yeah. I never seen any other council members. No, I'm sorry, Michael.
Lithinion.
Who?
Malcolm. I'm thinking of Malcolm.
No. Darn, I forgot his last name. The one that Malcolm beat out.
Michael Madrid.
No.
Mike. Oh.
That's the guy I ran
Oh,
against.
that's your. Yeah, that's right. That was yours. I can't remember who that was.
Oh my gosh,
been
Michael!
so
I
long.
swear, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't get upset.
Yeah, Madrid was running against you.
Yeah. But anyways, Michael's there helping. He's helped a lot back then, and it was great. We did great work. And don't get me wrong, Russ is a Legion member. Ever since I said I was going to run, he stopped coming to the Legion, and and Bonnie, I loved them all. I mean, we got along great. They would come to the Legion to the dinners and have the dinners, and after I said I was going to run, boy, it
just changed everything.
It changed the dynamics with.
Oh no, we're not going to have the three majority anymore. That's what it was.
I think that's what, and I think they were told not to support me because I hear different people talking to me and are telling me that they were told that they weren't supposed to support me, especially Russ, and I felt bad. I felt hurt because I had always gotten along with Russ, with his wife Karen. they'd come and eat, and we've had a good time. And then
Right.
all of a sudden it was like, you know,
Just to flip the tables on
yeah.
you.
And just because I wanted to run and get something done for my son.
Because you want to do that and what? Change the city.
It will change the city too. I didn't want to see this happen to any other family. And I felt in my heart that with my background, knowing the streets, that I can get out there and talk to people, and I can bring the people together, and I can bring the city together. And it's been working.
Yeah, I've
I
seen
mean,
that.
We had our city cleanup, and we got the people involved. We had different clubs involved, different citizens involved, and over 170 trucks and SUVs came fully loaded and dumped trash that day. And people, I've seen a change on Facebook. People used to talk bad about the city, oh, these city council members, oh, the city manager, and all of a sudden it changed. People are talking nice about the city, and oh, how good the city's turned out to be, and
And you
how
made a lot of change.
and not just me, but
All of
Carly, Malcolm, myself. You know, we have been working hard to show the city that we care, to show that we want to be out there and we want to work with the citizens and we want change in our city. We want to help the homeless. We want to put them in homes. We want to get the people that need mental health help to get in facilities where they can be helped. And you know, before just nobody cared, you know, except Carly. Carly was the only one I've seen out there working hard, going to parks, talking to the homeless, trying to get change, and she couldn't do it on her own.
No, but I'll tell you what, Carly Meyer, I swear, and I tell everybody all the time, and Carly, I'm sorry, you know where I'm going with this, but Carly Meyer is the only woman in this city that I know that's got the balls to go out and get the job done. She is not scared of facing any thug on the street.
Carly took me to a park the other day to go talk to the homeless, and I'm like, oh my gosh, really?
What are you getting me into here?
And she's over there talking to these guys like they're family, and that's why they love her, because she can get down to that relationship with them and talk to them. And I was, you know, I hurt. You wouldn't believe the pain I go through. I have pain all the time, and actually after my surgery I had like 3.5 weeks ago, I've been in a lot of pain. Couldn't wear my pants tight, my belt tight. I'd sit down, I had to undo my belt because they damaged nerves on me when they did the surgery, and so I've been in pain for the longest. But the job has to get done. I still got to be out there, and people don't realize I'll sit down and I'll unbuckle my pants, and because it's just so much pain on me, and so you know, but I feel I have to be out there. I don't.
Dedicated.
You know, the guys at the Legion tell me, Joe, take a week off. I go, I can't. You know, I don't know how to take a week off.
I'm a dedicated man right there.
I work hard, and I'm not patting myself on the back, believe me, but it's just I have to be out there doing something and working with the people, and especially my veterans. I love my veterans. They were in action, full action last night.
Yes,
and,
they were.
You know, I was tearing up. I'm telling you, I felt so honored to have the people, to have my veterans out there, and just giving me the love, showing me the love, being there for me.
And you haven't seen nothing yet, Joe. Because we're asking you, the people, if you support Joe, if you voted for Joe, if you're one of those 57%, we want you at the next city council meeting.
Yes.
You have 3 minutes to say whatever you want to say. We need you there. Show that support for Joe. And when is that next council meeting?
The 25th.
The 25th of this month. So make sure 25th, be there at 6:45 to sign up, and tell people where it's located at.
44. No, that's the city hall.
Right.
Right behind the police station, next to the fire station.
On the Buena Vista side.
On Latham and Buena Vista, and we're there. And I want to tell you something. I'm 65 years old. I've been around. I was born in 1955. A handshake growing up was a bond, meant that you meant something.
That's right.
And when I came here on the 20th and gave my landlord a handshake and a hug and told her, I told you I was going to live here. I told you this was going to be my house. And I went and pulled my papers later on that day because I knew I had to get started on getting my signatures. I did not lie. I did not falsify anything. I gave a handshake and a hug to her, and we were in agreement that this was going to be my house. And so I had the intent to be in this house, and that's why I felt that I was okay to pull papers.
Right. Let's talk about that. What date did you start looking at this house and buying this house? Or renting this house?
It was actually the week prior to the 20th. I called on Thursday and said that, you know what, God brought me to your house because it was something. I said, you know, I had to move here in order to run in 2020,
right,
because I needed to get my son's case out of being cold, and I swore to myself and to my family that I would get my son's case out of being a cold case.
Right.
I prayed to my son. I prayed constantly, and I said I can't let this happen. And I always get sensitive when I talk about my son. And I would do anything to make sure that it was open again and that we could proceed and find the person that killed my son. That was my only intent at the time, to get that done and to make sure this never happened to anybody else. And so Thursday prior, I called and said, hey, you know, God led me to your house because I came into Seven Hills and they were working on the streets, and I had to get rerouted. I had to take this street, and it brought me right to this house. It brought me here.
Right.
It guided me. God guided me. That's how I feel. And I called and I said, hey, you know, it's a rental. Yeah. And I said, I see your house is for rent, and I feel that God had guided me here, and that I'm going to rent this house, and it's going to be mine. And she giggled. Pam giggled, my landlord, and she told me, well, I have somebody coming Saturday, and you know, if they come and they rent it, I'm sorry, but you know, I'm going to rent it to them because I promised that I would hold it for them. And I told her, I said, he ain't going to show up. Whoever called you is not going to show up because it's supposed to be mine.
Right.
God guided me here. I'm telling. And she giggled again, and okay, we'll see. She calls me Sunday, I think, which was the 19th,
Okay.
and said, I don't believe it. You know, so-and-so never showed up. She goes, I guess you're right. She goes, so you want to come and see the house? And I said, well, I can't now because I think I was in church when she called, so
Right.
I stepped out. And I said, well, I can't come right now. How about tomorrow? So I came on the 20th, and we met here. And I told her, and first thing I told her, I told you that I was going to rent this house. And she said, well, yes, you did. And she goes, I should have believed you, but I didn't.
Right.
And I said, okay. And so and she goes, well, if you want it, you know, you can come inside. We'll look at it. And the lady was still living here, but she was leaving early. She was moving out of state. And I met her. She was a very nice woman. And so Pam says, well, you know, I can fill out the papers. You can sign, you know, to rent, to get it. And this was on Monday, and I said, you know
what date was that?
Monday the 20th.
The 20th. Okay.
And that's when I said, well, you know, I need to go and pull my papers because I have a lot of work to do and a lot of signatures to get, and I want to start that process. And so I went and I pulled my papers because I had the intent. My understanding on their website, their wording, I looked it up on how they worded it, and it said, and it gave me the legal version of the word, and it said, if you have the intent to do something or to rent, and it's going to be for a period of time or something. I have it on my phone.
Right.
And that was a legal version. And I said, well, that's my intent. I hugged her, I shook her hand, and to me, you know, I grew up.
Growing up, a handshake is better than a written contract.
A handshake is better than a written contract.
Right.
So, but times have changed.
You got that right.
And the legalities of it now is like, well, you know, it could be for you or against you. And these people worked it because they threw all kinds of things to try to get me, trying to falsify my run. And there was like 6, 7, 8 different things they tried to get me on, and one stuck, and it was that one.
So now when you actually signed the papers for the running for the election.
I was here.
You was,
I was here.
or was you
When I
already
si-
in this
When I
house?
signed my documents, when all I wanted my papers were for, because I had to get signatures. I had to
Right.
get like 20 or 30 signatures, and that takes a lot of walking, a lot of driving. Who do I know in District 4? I knew a couple people. I didn't know a lot of people, but they knew people,
Right.
and they directed me to people to get signatures. And it took me a couple days to do that. Actually, about 3 days, I think. And so, my mind was just focused on that, and I thought I had all my,
Ducks in a row.
bases, covered, and these guys just went after me.
So I want to get real specific with this. So when you actually put your name on the paperwork, where was you residing?
Here,
But you just didn't have the paperwork signed
I
on the
just,
house.
no,
That
but I was here when I turned all my paperwork in and I signed everything at the city hall. I was living here.
So why are they trying to say you weren't?
When I pulled my papers.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yes. When I went to the city hall and said I want to run for city council, you don't have to sign for anything. They give you a book. They give you the pages that you have to get signed from residents in District 4, and so that's what I did.
You could have got those papers a month ago and just had them sitting on your counter for months until you decide to sign them. It shouldn't be the effective when you put your name on it.
Yeah.
That's
But
how petty these people
that's
are.
how petty this is, and that's what they got me on.
Now, when we say these people, that's where I want to start going into. They want to be so petty because due to the fact that you're a change, they're afraid of you because you're that one person that can break the majority of the votes that is not for the pockets.
They already held Carly back from being mayor of that city. They
For how
didn't
many
allow
years?
her for 4 years. They didn't allow her. They knew if I got on board, they expected Mike Percival. I'm sorry, Mike, I got your name.
Mike
They
Percival.
expected Mike Percival to win.
Right.
Mike kind of voted with Carly. He was
Exactly.
ally of Carly.
Yeah.
Ally of Carly. They figured if I got in there, I would be the 3-2 vote that would be a Carly vote. They didn't want me in there because they wanted their majority.
allies, so their majority
Their
would have
majority.
the 3-2
Right.
vote.
And Madrid was one of their people. He was
And Madrid
handpicked.
didn't get in,
He
and
didn't get
when
in.
Madrid didn't get in, hell broke loose for
Hell
Joe.
broke loose. And they didn't
That's-
expect me to beat him by a 2-1 margin.
You wiped the floor up with him.
Oh yeah.
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 And well, this is what I want to talk about. People were asking, well, who are they? And that's what I want to bring up right now. Matter of fact, you
Well-
make good coffee.
Oh, thank you. I can
that's-
make another pot. Now the thing is, I'm going to tell you guys that I only hear who is on this special interest group that's against me. I hear names. I'm not going to mention the names. I won't mention them
I can.
because I can't afford to get sued, to be honest with you. And but shame on them. Shame on them, and shame on anyone that believes what garbage that they spew out there, because they put a lot of stuff. They put a lot of hit pieces on Carly, and it upset me. And I just want to say, you guys be thankful I'm a godly man. Be thankful, because in my younger days, let me tell you, oh my God.
Well, this is what I can't understand of these people. They're called the Action Group, and this Action Group has been around for years. They've been bullying a lot of people for years that are the good people because they've been controlling all this for years. And the Action Group, majority of the people were on the committee of the Measure U, and they were the ones that were basically have the say-so of anything with the Measure U money, correct?
Yeah, and it's a shame because they brought this city down the last 20 years, 10 years. It's a shame.
And yeah, and they're right now, due to the fact that when you got elected, not only did it tick them off that you got the 3-2, be the 3-2 voter, but also you moved up to Mayor ProTem the same night.
Yeah.
I mean, who gets promoted that quick? Joe Mayo. But, there's some people that's been doing some investigating for us, and our investigators found out that the main person that's behind this, I want to shout out to Howard Rosenthal, Eric Gosh, Kenneth Graff, And Kenneth Graft is the one that's been put up by everybody to be the dirty guy to go out and do this lawsuit against you. And, you know, people just amaze me with their stupidity and their want to kick good people out so they can keep the 3-2 votes, you know. And also, you know, there's another name, let me see, Galicia or Gisela Gosh, Kevin Fahrencope, Eric Formica, Bonnie Wright, and Lori Van Arsdale has been listed as some of the people that has been who paid for the declaration against Joe. These are all the people that are behind all these fake mailers. They go to city council meetings, and I notice this Howard Rosenthal always goes to city council meetings. He sits in the back, he films everything, and he's the only one that digs the dirt, trying to dirt dob these city councilmen, saying, oh, there's corrupt. But actually, these people are the ones that's doing the dirt. I mean, who would want to complain about the city of Hemet spending thousands of dollars on stuff, you know, oh, well, they're wasting city money. But yet these guys are going to go fund a bunch of money to make the city have to go through court, spends what, $100,000 for a re-election?
If we have to have a special election. And here's the thing, I don't know why they want to have a special election. If I beat Madrid 2-1,
what makes you think you're not going to do it again?
I'm going to double the numbers.
Especially when I get done getting all this dirt.
But I don't think they're going to put Madrid as a runner-up or you know, as a person running. They're going to find somebody else that has more character, has more value. You know, that people will respect more. So.
Well, you know what? I don't think, even if they do find somebody that the community respects more than they do Madrid, there's nobody going to respect them more than they do you.
Yeah,
you know, so you've earned the respect of this community, and you've earned the love of this community. And Joe, you have the power of this community behind you. You know, they can spend all this money they want, you know, complaining about the city, oh yeah, they waste money, but you're spending money to cause the city to waste money. And that's what I just don't understand, you know. And, you know, these people need to be stopped, and the only way they can be stopped is by the power of the people.
Yeah, the people speak.
You know, Bonnie Wright, this is what I don't get with Bonnie Wright. They want to nitpick about you, and I wanted to say this at the city council meeting, but it slipped my mind, and that was the main thing I wanted to say. They want to nitpick on you, Joe, for you pulling the papers and not even signing them yet. And you sign them, you put your ink on there with your date, the day that you are living in your place, so that shouldn't count what day you picked the papers up. Yeah. They're using that as the loophole to get you out of there. But what about Bonnie Wright? Bonnie Wright, she left the city. She moved out of the city of Hemet. She went to a new state, moved into the house, and then she still voted on stuff with the city council. And I'm not talking out my butt. I got stuff to prove this. I got paperwork from the city. I got a copy of the declaration from Bonnie Wright here. I'll put it up on the video right here. So, therefore, looking at that, while you were reading that, Joe, why didn't they say anything to Bonnie Wright about that? She already living somewhere, and she's still voting on stuff in the city. How does she qualify that and you don't?
Well, that's because she's on
the Do Dirt crew.
Did I say that out loud? John, you get off the floor now.
See, it's the cyborg. It has to be, you know, the android.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Well, see, that's the problem, because these people can do anything they want that's bad, that's not right, that's against the law, but we do one little offset or something, and boy, they're pointing fingers.
Exactly, and that's how they do. Yeah. You know, the guilty ones, what do you call it? The narcissists. Yeah. You know, they're the ones that, you know, they place the blame, and then, oh, I'm the victim. You know, and you can go sue me if you want. I don't care. You know, I'm not like Joe. You know, Joe's rich and famous. I'm poor and ugly. You know, I don't have anything to lose. Sue me. I don't care. You can have my underwear. You know, they made me regulate, but you know, I don't care what you've been attacking me for years. You know, through your Hemet Valley incidents groups. You know, and all that. I don't care. You know, like I say, I have nothing to lose, and I'm about the people. I'm about the truth. I'm not about the bull crap. But, you know, you have to hide behind fake profiles, fake mailers that you put out with some other name on it to make it look legit. Anybody can print anything using Photoshop and put it out in the mail. Does that mean that because you receive it in the mail, it's true? People see through the bullcrap. The real people who count Joe sees through the bullcrap. They've been doing the same thing to me. You know, they saying I'm drunk, alcoholic, town drunk. What else? I panhandle the businesses and community and all that. You know, I get free food. You know, no, folks, I get paid to eat free food.
Well, you know, you're talking about the mailers and all that. You know, we when they sent out the mailer saying that the former chief of police or whatever was on Madrid's team and
that was not even true.
And you know what was funny about it? We looked at the address and we researched it and found out it was Madrid's address. The return address was either his or the other one grabbed. I'm not sure which
so
one.
that's how Madrid was trying to win this, is by slinging dirt on you or Carly or whoever. You know, why can't people win the election by proving who's better, not who's worse?
Because that's not the point.
You know, that's what I don't like about politics. It's always a smart campaign.
I'll tell you one thing. The last 4.5, 5 months that we've been on city council, we've got more done this last 4.5, 5 months than I think that
you guys have.
Yeah,
first of all, you get on city council, you get elected in that night, you got sworn in, you moved the mayor pro tem. Well, no, actually, you nominated Carly Meyer. The votes went around. Boom, Carly got mayor, and then boom, Carly made nomination for you for mayor pro tem. That got approved 3-2. Or no, everybody voted on that. They had no choice, right? 5 votes had no choice.
Yeah.
So you went up to Mayor Pro Tem the same night, and boom, all of a sudden I got a phone call that the city is having a special meeting and you guys fired the city manager, you guys cleaned up the council.
No,
what
not
else?
The city manager.
Oh, the city attorney. The
city
city attorney. Who's the city manager? Chris?
Chris, and he's doing a great job.
Chris is really doing a good job.
Brilliant young mind.
Somebody was asking me today, you know, what do I know about the city manager? And I says, well, you know, I haven't had the chance to meet him yet, but I says, we are going to set up a meeting because there's things I need to discuss with the city manager as well. But I says, you know, from what I'm hearing from everybody, Chris is doing a really great job.
Yeah.
So now I feel we have a good team down the city.
We have a great team.
You guys cleaned up what the Measure U committee. I mean, what all did you guys do once you got into the chair, Joe? What did you guys do to change the city so far?
Well, we've done a lot. You know, we brought the citizens in, you know, to be a part of our city, to have a say, you know, to be able to voice their opinions. We cleaned up the city. We've had cleanup days. You know, the one
cleaned
we
up
had.
the trash on the street.
Yeah, and
and we cleaned up the trash in the council.
But you know, the thing is, on the committee, Measure U, I wasn't against anybody. I love everybody. Don't get me wrong. And I knew once they lost the people that are a part of this, once they were rejected, I guess, from the Measure U committee, I knew it was going to come down hard on me.
This is when everything started.
They were going to have retaliation
on
on me, and I knew it because they felt they were losing. I knew at that point they felt they were losing power, and
control.
They were going to come down hard, and they did.
And they did.
You know.
So all this you feel is a retaliation because you guys voted them out of the committee.
Yeah, and you know the funny thing about it, I want to tell you something. If they would have came to me initially and said, "Hey Joe, this is who we are, this is what we're about," I would have probably said, "Oh, okay, good. I'll work with you on whatever I can, as long as it's favorable for the city.
Right.
Because that was my intent. I'm not going to do anything that's going to hurt the city. I'm not going to do anything that's going to take money away from the city. I had a chance to sue when my son was murdered because I found out a lot of things about this nightclub that should have been shut down and never was shut down, the security that should have been there that wasn't there.
A lot of factors.
But I don't do that. I'm not that way. I grew up, my parents hated when people sued. And I grew up the same way. I don't like when people sue.
Yeah.
I'm told sue now because the city's website had misinformation on it.
Right. But you're
And-
still not going to do it. You're still going to.
And I think I'm going to sue.
Right. Come on. Right. So yeah, let's talk about that. You went by the city information. What was wrong on the website?
Well, I have it on my phone. Let me give you the correct statement that they put on there. I have it saved. Hold on, let me find it here. And I know it's hard to do stuff like this, but let me just tell you exactly what I read. And if I can find it here, I have over 6,000 pictures on here, mostly of my grandkids. But is this it? No, that's not it. It was in red. If I can't find it right away, we'll just continue. Well, what it said is basically you have to live in the city of Hemet. It didn't mention anything about the district.
Now, where was you living at the time period?
I was living in District 5, I believe, off of Thornton.
So you were still in the city.
I own my house over there. It's in the 55 and older neighborhood.
So all this is really because of a misprint in the city.
Yeah.
But you were, when you sign the papers, though, is when that should be activated.
Is this gonna be-
You would think, yeah, because I was living here when everything was signed. When I went and got myself sworn in, I was living here. Everything was here. We were living here. And the thing is that I'm not a politician, and I had, what my intent was good because it was for my son and for the city, and I'm not a politician, and I tell that to everybody daily. I'm not a politician.
He's a people person.
I'm a people person, and I just enjoy being around people and enjoy doing things good for people. I mean, I had to go buy some stuff today at Stater Brothers on the way home from the meeting. I seen a man, a woman, and a child and a baby. What do you call those?
A stroller.
A stroller. I thought they were homeless. I was going to go and get them a room thinking that they were homeless because I can't see a child on the streets. I can't see a child in the cold. And so I pulled up and I said, "Is everything okay? Are you guys all right?" "Oh, no, we're just waiting for a ride." I go, "Thank God." Because I swear I thought they were homeless. The way they were just standing there and sitting, on the baby right there. So it made me feel good that
You've always doing things like that.
and my heart just feels for people. And I don't like seeing people hungry. I don't like seeing people hurting. I don't like seeing people, just, lost. When I used to live in Thornton, I was out there working on my car. I seen a young kid, big kid, shoes were untied, unstrapped, and walking in a daze. And just like, he looked lost. I seen that lost look in him. And he started walking past me. And I just couldn't let him go by. I had to say something.
Really?
And I said, "Hey," and he kept walking. I go, "Hey, stop." And he just turned around slow and looked at me, and I could see the lost feeling. And I go, "You know what? You got to snap out of it. Are you okay? What's wrong with you? Snap out of it. Something's not right, And he snapped out of it, and I go, "What's wrong?" And he goes, "I lost everything. I lost my girl. I lost my car. I lost this. I lost that." I go, "You still have life in you, man. Don't. You don't have to be this way." And I talked to him. My wife came out, talked to him. She had just made dinner. She goes, "Come on in, let's feed you." We fed him and we talked to him. And that kid finally snapped out of it. And after he left, I gave him shoes too, because the shoes he had were all beat up, and I gave him a pair of my son's shoes, and because my son had a pair, he wears big shoes. This kid wore big shoes, And it's so funny because like a month later, my son's looking for a pair of shoes. Hey, Dad, you see my shoes? No, I haven't seen them.
Nope, since I seen him walking down Florida Street.
And I think my wife finally told him we gave one of your shoes away, and it's like, oh man.
It's like telling your youngest son, I sat on the guinea pig and he went to heaven. Where's the guinea pig? I don't know.
But I just love people. I just love
You've
people.
always been a people person.
Yeah,
That's.
yeah.
I think that's what really got you a lot of respect from this community, you know. And one thing I can vouch for, you know, Joe is he's a people person and not a pocket person. And that's why these people don't want you on this council, is because you ruin their control.
Yeah.
And now it's the 3-2, and folks, we need to keep the 3-2 for the change of our city. And you know, I've never seen so much change in our city since I've seen you and Carly and Malcolm Nathaniel on this team. You guys been working the homeless program. I know Malcolm has really been working hard. Malcolm actually, I think, went to Orange County a few weeks or a month ago.
Yeah, him and Carly.
And they checked out some shelters down there that's being operated. I don't know if you want to call him my father-in-law or whatever, but it's Lori's father he's a councilman of Anaheim.
Oh, wow.
And he's actually responsible for one of the new homeless shelters that's out there.
Yeah.
They went down there, of course, you guys
I
toured
think
them.
they went to the Salvation Army.
It's been taken over by the Salvation Army. The one he did. There's like 3 of them down there. He started, I think, 2. But shout out to Jim King. You know, did a really great job he's another people person for the city. They went down, of course, toured them, and now they're back. You know, Carly and them are now looking, I guess, for property out here to actually start the progress on a shelter out here for them. So, I mean, everybody's been saying, oh, well, the city's been talking about doing it, but our problem is, well, why didn't Carly Meyer do this years ago? Because Carly Meyer was not having the 3-2.
Right.
You know, the other 3-2
was
was saying, no, we don't want it. They shut it down. And then what can Carly do? Well, now we have the 3-2, and we're making the moves.
Right.
So,
And we're voting, you know, 3-2 or unanimous all the way. And we've done so much. You know, right now we have business loans. We have COVID-19 business loans for companies, small companies that have 15 or less employees, and $10,000, actually not loans, I'm sorry, we have business grants. And we have $10,000 grants for 32 businesses out there. And have you applied for that?
Not yet. I don't even own a business.
Oh, I thought you
I'm
did.
just a big mouth on a camera on Facebook, you know. But
John, do you own a business?
Actually, yeah.
Well, why don't you?
well, actually,
I
we
didn't
do
know
own a
idea the
business,
program
EM Media
existed, actually.
Productions.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
I'll give you some paperwork. I have it here, and then you can go online, fill out the grant. Anybody can fill out for the grant if you have a business, a legitimate business.
We
one
do
for the
have
state, I don't know.
EM Media Productions, him and I run. We actually are LLC and everything. We even have our DUNS number.
Yeah.
Well, if you have all that, you're a business. Why do you say you're not a business?
No, well, it's my business, and we operate in
$10,000.
Yeah, 10,000. That's from the state.
He's the owner.
No, from the city. That's
From the
city.
city. Oh, okay. Yeah, then definitely I didn't hear about that because I heard about the state one.
No.
But
And there's a lot of grants out there from the state. We have over $8 billion, $9.6 billion that's coming in that we have for grants to the state.
I only knew
And
one.
I have paperwork on that too. I'll give you. And
Yeah,
I'll be
thanks.
posting a lot of that stuff that we have.
Just
Well,
go
if we
through
do
this-
get our
through
building
everything down
pretty
the
soon,
drain.
we will be a business in Hemet because we're opening up my TV station out here. And we will be getting, of course, our business license, and we'll also be doing the Chamber of Commerce with Hemet City Center Chamber is going to come out.
I
And
think after what you said tonight, you may not get a building.
no, but I do have people that are actually backing me that owns buildings out here. So hey,
You might get a plot of land 6 feet down.
you know what? I don't care if they do. Take me out of my misery, please. I'm ready to go to heaven and be with my mom and daddy, my good Lord Jesus. You know, so I'm
Oh
not
my
scared of
God,
nothing.
I'm
I'm not
only
scared of death. But no, we're going to continue making moves for the city. We're
Yeah.
going to do everything. You've got the power of the people, Joe, to
Well,
keep you in office. So.
my thing is not homeless now. It was at the beginning, but Carly took that over because she put 4 years into that.
Right, she did.
And it was either me or Malcolm, and I knew Malcolm really was involved with the homeless. I
Yes.
stepped back. But mine's business, and we're working on a business. I can't even think of the word right now. Not even gonna try. But anyways, we're doing a lot of things for businesses now. So the grants are out there from the city, and then from the state, there's grants out there too.
And if you are a business and you need information, just contact Joe.
Oh yeah, definitely. For now, yeah. At least until the 27th.
Until the 27th. Now let's talk about that, Joe. What's going to happen on the 27th?
Well, on the 27th, the judge is going to come down and basically stipulate what he wants, and it's already been annulled, but then he'll put, I don't know if he's going to put guidelines on it or whatever.
Now, when you say no, let's back up to that.
It's like a
Give me
marriage.
So
You get an annulment.
annulled your marriage. You no longer
Like it
married.
never existed.
Yeah.
That'd be a good thing.
If this would have happened the first month or the second month, I would have been happy because the first and second month, I was going crazy
Rob
trying.
that.
Oh my God, I was like, I was hiding in my office, in this office here, thinking, I don't want to go out there. I don't know what, it was crazy. It's a learning lesson. I'm not a politician, so training courses.
You're
almost
like,
every
what
day.
did I get into?
That's what I was. What did I get into? And then I talked to Malcolm one day too, and we both looked at each other. And I think it was simultaneous. What did we get into? And it was like, oh my God. But some people are made for it.
And you're doing a good job.
And I'm learning. I'm doing the best I can. So forgive me if I stumble. Forgive me. If I
If
don't
you
do
stumble,
things
Joe, we're
properly.
going to reach down and pick you up as a community.
And it's what's so different. I'm at the American Legion, and I feel like I'm in control there. I'm the commander, and we have meetings. Like tonight, we had meetings, and and I'm tough. I'm like, all right, the gavel. Let's get this meeting going. I don't want to hear anybody talking, and I'm in control. I get to the city council, I'm like a puppy. I'm like, I don't know. If I'm going to say something
Right.
wrong, and then it's just because it's just different. But I feel if I'm given a chance and I'm there a little longer and longer, I'll learn and learning. I've learned so much in the last 5 months. I've learned so much, and I just felt like I was starting to get used to this.
And then now, since you got onto the routine, now all this is going.
Yeah, all this is going.
So now, when they come to have this judgment and everything, where's it being held at?
No, well, it's probably, I don't even know if it's going to be held there. I think the judge is going to just write a ruling and email it to the attorneys. And speaking of attorneys, you know what their attorney had the nerve to do?
What's that?
She had the nerve to post on my on my Facebook saying that, did you hear that Joe's no, you want to read it? Look at this. She posted it on my Facebook.
An attorney. That's first of all
an attorney. The law office of Priscilla Madrid put this on my Facebook.
What kind of?
And it's just being immature. You think these other people are immature. Boy, she's immature. Darn it, I got so
Coming from
many
an attorney.
things here. Oh, darn it. And she had the nerve to post.
I don't even know what it is yet. I'm just saying that she posted.
I can only imagine.
That's so unprofessional. First of all, no attorney would do that. I know. And they said, right. And then,
well, it's because you got the Dirt Crew attorney, which probably is just as dirty.
Man, better call Saul. Not even he would do that, dumb.
Right.
Although when you're looking for one thing, you find the other thing.
Exactly.
This is the city's website. Candidates must be registered to vote in the city of Hemet. That's what it says.
And you're registered to vote in the city of Hemet?
In the city of Hemet,
Did it say anything about living in a certain district?
No, it doesn't say anything about
that.
this. You can see it right there.
That's not
Let's go ahead and put that up on the screen right now, folks.
I just have it highlighted here. what it says. It's just circled in red.
See if I can get this
Screenshot that
close
and give it
enough
to
or
me.
not.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Well, it's probably, I guess I could see it. I have the screen flipped, but
Yeah. I'll
candidates
overlay it.
must be registered to vote in the City of Hemet City Council elections. Yeah, the instructions on the City of Hemet website.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you followed all the guidelines that was on the city's
I filed
website.
what it said on Facebook.
No, it's not your
Oh,
mistake.
there's Priscilla. Read what she posted. And look at her name on the top.
Check this out. Priscilla Madrid to the Joe Merrill's for City Council District 4 Facebook group. Just found out today that Joe Merrill's election to the City Council for District 4 was annulled by the judge in Graff versus Merrill's. Why would she even go on there and do that? Let's put
Because-
that up on the screen, folks. Let's show that.
That's because she's petty. They're all petty. And what's that old saying? I don't know. Who hangs around together?
What is it?
Oh, in Italian dicono che quello che cammina se cammini quello col bastone, incominci pure tu a zoppicare. Like you walk with the guy with the cane, you're gonna learn how to use it too, if you know what I mean. You know,
He's
The
good.
birds of feathers
I
flock
like that.
together.
And, you know,
it makes any
you
sense.
do look like an Italian mobster.
He's the ex-mob
You know, I
notice.
get that a lot.
Yeah, so she had the nerve to do this, and I was like, actually hurt to think that someone would be this petty to do that to me.
It's like, wow.
And it's just like a stab in the back.
Yeah.
That's basically what
Yeah.
it is.
Now the Madrid, I see the name Madrid. Is that any officiation with?
It's his
Madrid?
daughter.
Also, wait a minute. So his daughter is the attorney
Right.
that is going against you.
Mhm.
Keep it in the family. here.
Yeah, like a lot of things.
Wow, this is even getting
Well,
dirty and dirty.
Well, the thing, I can understand her wanting to help her dad. My daughter would do the same thing to help me.
Right.
But not be dirty. My daughter, I didn't teach my kids to be dirty.
Be respectful.
Be
Don't go and
respectful,
smear it
yeah.
in somebody's face.
I mean, so I didn't mind her helping her dad, and probably did it pro bono or whatever. But to jab me like this, to stick the knife.
Maybe she tell one of her clients to do that.
It's her. It's
it's
just
her herself.
Yeah, I know,
it
but
has
would she
her
tell one of her
name
clients
on there.
to do that?
It has her name on there.
Huh?
And
no
well,
attorney would do
Madrid
that.
also called my landlord
It's
and
ridiculous.
requested the
Paperwork. from the house.
the contract.
Wow.
Yeah,
What?
And your landlord gave it to him, or
They
was your
can't,
landlord to him?
Can they do that? Or
my landlord is she's so loving, timid, loving. She's an older lady, so she felt intimidated and gave it to him.
Because I don't think they could.
They're
just
going to go as
that.
far as they can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're dirty. That's the kind of dirty tricks that these
They
people
will do
play.
anything and everything to keep their power
Yeah.
in the city. Now, what are they planning on gaining? What do they think is going to happen after let's say they do get you annulled? What's going to be the next step, Joe?
Well, here's probably what they're hoping. They're hoping on a two vote all the time, and nothing gets done in the city. And they can probably live with that till 2022. And then they're going to be looking for somebody to go against me, or they're hoping on a special election, and they already have somebody handpicked that they want to have run against me if I run. When I run.
Right.
So it could be anything.
But then,
And what do they make? What makes them think that they're going to win
Well,
over this?
here's one of the things, a lot of the committees are coming up for re-election.
Oh.
They already lost out on the Measure U election, which probably was the biggest one because of all the millions of dollars in it.
Right.
And here we have other committees that are coming up to term, so they're going to have to be re-elected again this year.
And they're afraid
And
you're on there.
They don't want to lose any more committees.
So these people that got kicked off the Measure U committee, how many other committees are they possibly
All
still
of them.
there? And what committees do we have at the city?
Oh, I couldn't tell you right now.
Just name a few.
I can't. I
Oh,
don't know. There's so many of them out there.
wow.
Carly would be able to mention them. She's been in office for 4 years. Remember, I'm
Exactly.
new. Right now, I've been training for everything else.
He's still learning, but he knows how to kick butt in the city.
Yeah.
So. So now they're afraid they're going to lose that power and be elected out of those committees like they were Measure U. And like you say, this really butthurt these people because the Measure U has millions of dollars in it. We've heard that, well, let me take that back. I've read by reports with Sue Savage, who is our new treasurer, and she's been auditing. She's found a lot of money, millions of dollars, $5 million, $6 million that was actually misplaced.
Well, I think they already resolved that issue.
Right.
They resolved that, and Carly knew about that, and she made, mention of it, and she got some kickback, but it finally got resolved because it was, that chunk of money was put in another part of the city fund somewhere else or something. So it got found.
But was it put on there possibly by somebody, this is just my...
Maybe they put it somewhere so they can pull it later.
That's what I was getting
I don't
to.
know.
Let's move this.
That's
Let's
a
put this
possible
over
scenario,
here. Let's put
actually.
this money over here. That way we can put it in your pocket later, and we'll split the
Nobody
difference.
will know.
If they don't notice it, let's give it a few years.
And
And if it's not found, we pocket it. Thanks Sue Savage for digging that up. And that's what I say. It sounds like these little action groups that they're more worried about. Oh, now we're not going to be able to pocket all this. Oh, it's the city's going to be able to take over their money. And now we got new people in the Measure U who I'm taking now. So on that committee, so now they're mad. Ooh, yeah, they're so mad they're going to make sure they ruin your life. Well, you know what? Y'all leave Joe alone. Go pick on me. I can handle it. I can deal with it. I don't have nothing to lose.
Let me tell you something, Eddie. I can deal with it.
Oh, I know you can because you got the power of the people.
You know what? I'm not crying. I don't cry about this because you know what? God's got control. He's going to take it. And the thing is, I cried more last night with you guys speaking, and I'm tough. I'm a Marine.
Yes,
I've gone through so much in life. So much in life. Lost my brother when he was only 32. Lost both parents. Lost friends from the streets. That I ran with when I was young. I've been through a lot.
And now you're going through this and you're going through more. And, you're tough. Joe, my hat's off to you, man. I tell you.
Thank you.
So we're going to be following this story all along. We're going to be having Joe's back, folks. We see the changes that Joe Mails has done in this city with the combination. It's not just by Joe himself.
Thank you.
But the combination of Carly Meyer and Malcolm Lothinio, you guys are awesome. I see the changes you guys are doing, and I've never seen these changes since I got you. Well, not. I mean, I didn't get nobody in office. I don't know why I said that until you guys got into office.
Let me just tell you something. I'm just the yes vote for Carly to get things done. Carly spearheaded all this. She's the brains of this group. Malcolm and I are like, we're little fish in the pond, like just swimming around Carly. Because she's the one. She's the one that's making the change. We're just there assisting her.
That's right. And that's what I was telling you when you was a newbie, when you first got in and got elected, and I told Malcolm the same thing. Follow Carly. Carly will lead you the right direction.
And the only thing that I did, that I spearheaded, was a city cleanup.
And
that's what I wanted, because I knew we needed it. But everything else, Carly.
Carly has done a lot in this city, and I felt so bad for Carly because that woman has been wanting to make changes in the city for years, but she couldn't never do it because she always got shut down by the 3-2 of the majority. Now, thanks to you nominating Carly, and look at it now. Changes are being done for the best.
So, citizens of Hemet, if you want change to be positive and to keep going, you got to help us.
Well, definitely.
We were making changes and going forward and making the city what we all want. And with me being removed, it's going to be hard for Carly to get anything done, anything positive done. So
Because
please
now we'll
help us.
have them back, and then Carly will be shut down.
Right,
again.
she'll be shut down again. So please help us. Go to a city council meeting on the 25th of May. Go on June 8th until we can get this resolved and get myself back on there. Because without me there to be the majority vote, it's going to be a split vote of 2-2.
And nothing will ever get done.
Nothing will
It
ever get
either
done.
won't be denied or it won't be voted. Nothing will happen.
Yeah.
So the changes are actually being made, folks. If you want to keep these changes going for the better of your community, we got to do everything as a community, folks, to unite together, stand behind Joe Mills. Let's make noise in our city. You know, we're going to go out. We're going to protest for you. Everybody said they'll go out and hold signs. We're going to make a lot of noise in this town for Joe Mills, folks. And in order for us to do it, we need your help, folks. The Friends of Joe Mills 57. Now, people were asking about what is the Friends of Joe Mills 57?
Well, I thought
What did you think?
I was telling everybody, no, I'm 65. I'm
Right?
57.
We need to change that number, but it's not your age. It actually means Joe Mills won by a landslide. It was a 2-1 vote in our city. The biggest outcome that we ever had in our city votes. 57% of the votes was for Joe Mills. So that's why it's called Friends of Joe 57%. So we are asking everybody, if you're a friend of Joe, if you're a supporter of Joe, if you voted for Joe, you want to make sure your votes stay counted, because right now, folks, this action group, the Dirty Crew, who goes in and blasphemes people by using fake mailers, fake email addresses, fake profiles on Facebook. If you're going to put out a blast on somebody, folks, and they have to use fake stuff like that, believe me, folks, their information is just as fake as they are, and the person being blasphemed is as real can be. So, you know, don't go for the hate, folks. Don't go for the stupidity. Go for the real facts, the real person. You've seen the changes that Joe has done. I've seen so much that Joe has done in this city even before he got councilman and Mayor ProTem. He's always out there helping the veterans. He's helping families. He's helping homeless. He's helping anybody he can. He's always helping other people before he even helps himself, folks. And that's why I respect Joe, not just because, you know, he's a veteran, he served our country, because he's a real man, folks, that stands for the people and not the pockets like these guys are. The dirty dirt crew is what I call them. If you don't like what I say, well, I'm sorry. I'm a people person. I'm going to stand for the power of the people that has the power for the people. And Joe has got the power, but he needs you folks to keep that power going. So if you are interested in joining the Friends of Joe 57, make sure you hit me up. We're going to be having some meetings. We're going to be trying to get everybody together, and we're going to go out. We're going to campaign for you. We're going to be behind you. And we want everybody to start coming to these city council meetings. I want this council hall packed with people. If you support Joe Mills, we want you there. Contact me for all the information, folks. Let's get you in this group. Let's get you guys out here to the city council meetings. Let's stand up for the right people in our city, folks. So, is there anything else that you'd like to say, Joe?
I do. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Go home.
Right? I'm ready. No, I can't go home. I got to go out and cover news.
Oh, darn. Are you serious? Do you want me to make another cup of coffee for you?
You know what, Joe? I might need one on the road.
Yeah,
so.
that's fine.
But yeah, folks, hey, we had to do this video late at night, so I don't know when you see this. Good morning, good night to you, good evening, I don't know, but hey, thank you for watching, folks. Please, I ask you, if you will, share this video everywhere. Make this thing go viral. Stand up behind this man, folks, that stands for you, the people. Don't let these people win. Don't let the negativity win, or else you're going to have the negative back in your city, and your city's going to go right back to hell in a handbasket.
Yep.
Well, we have people right now that can make those changes for you, folks. You wanted to change. You got to change. We have to keep that change by standing behind this man right here.
Positive change. That's all we guarantee.
That's right. So, thank you for tuning in, folks. Thank you for John Strangus. for coming out this time of night and help running the camera for us. And till then, folks, I am Eddie George, that crazy guy with the lazy eye with HemetINews.com, and also the crazy guy with the lazy eye.com. Good night, folks.